known fact, February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Over 65% of teenagers today say they've not talked with their parents about dating abuse. Over 80% of parents say they can recognize the warning signs, but can you really? Do you as a parent know what to look for in your child? And joining us in studio right now is body language expert, which I kind of love, Blanca Cobb. Blanca, when should parents start talking with their teenagers?
Before they even start dating. When they start showing an interest in dating or interest in boys or girls, whatever they choose, they need to start talking about it and using moments in pulp culture to talk about what's happening. For example, the Ray and Janae Rice situation. That was a perfect time to start talking about what's appropriate and inappropriate interactions with your dating partner. It's never, ever okay to be hit.
Okay.
Ever.
So let's say we're talking to our teenager and we're listening to them, we're getting them to say some things. What are some good rules that we can give our kids besides, obviously, it's never okay to be hit?
What do you mean?
What are some good rules you can give them on how they start dating, like their age to begin, what they should be looking for in warning signs for something that might not feel right, that you as a parent, because you're not going to be on the date with them, so what should they know?
Well, the first thing about age is that parents and children need to make that decision together because it's going to be different for every family. So you need to decide as a parent what you're comfortable with. And then what rules you need to, I'm assuming you're going to want someone who's around the same age. Because when you're so young, you really don't want someone who's 2 or 3 years old because there's a really big difference in the types of experience that the partner could have.
But what about, does a 12-year-old date? Does a 16-year-old date?
Well, it depends on how you define dating. A date for a 12-year-old could be a group date. It could be very different. It could be during the daytime, where with a 16-year-old, there might be going off in a car. It might be a nighttime date. Maybe there are some group dates. Maybe they're just a date with a partner.
So it's more what you feel appropriate with knowing your own child.
Exactly.
Okay, so for our teens watching tonight, what are some ways they may unknowingly get into risky situations?
One, you don't tell your parents the truth of who you're with and where you're going. 2, you have this gut feeling that something isn't right and you don't pay attention. And 3, if you ever were to get hurt, you're embarrassed, you're ashamed, you think you're alone, and that there's no one else to help you. That's bull. You have parents who love you. If you cannot turn to your parent, then you turn to someone you trust, whether it's a teacher, a principal, a coach. There are adults out there, and listen to this, you are not alone.
Okay, and you said body language expert, which I just love that you're a title of body language expert. Obviously, hitting is bad, and you can teach your teens that. What is body language parents should be looking out for?
In terms of a date or in their teenager?
If you're just watching your teenager and you see some differences in them, what's something that might be a red sign to you in your own teenager?
Well, first you have to get their baseline. You have to figure out what's normal for your teen. How do they present themselves? Are they animated? Do they use their hands to talk the way I do? Or are they more calm and laid back? And the reason you want the baseline, because when you're starting to talk about dating their dating partner or what's happening, when you notice a change in that baseline, it's like, aha! Something's going on. You just don't know what because you're not a mind reader. But what you can do is ask powerful questions.
And get the answers.
To get the answers. So the critical key is noticing differences in their baseline behavior when they're chatting with you.
Okay, Blanca Cobb, thank you so much. It's always interesting because teenagers can go in any direction and you always want to look for the warning signs. I really appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and talk now with Chief Meteorologist Eric Thomas. He is